you, I must say Challenge does get to some very exotic locations, if you can hear me over the traffic. We're very near Victoria Station. I've been told to sit here at this sandwich bar and on about my 5th cup of coffee. Just wait for something interesting to happen. Cheers. Hello. Good morning. What's this? Annika. On Thursday evening at 11:15, ITV will broadcast a 60-second commercial on behalf of the British Paralympic Association. Sorry about the bite there. Make sure the commercial is transmitted. PTO. Oh, hang on, here we are. PS, the commercial hasn't been made yet. God, where does one start? British Paralympic Association. We've got to make a television commercial, 60-second television commercial, on behalf of the... What was it?
Hi, I'm Adrian Whiteson, President BPA. This is a little portable version of the same...
Now tell me about it then. You are who?
I'm the President of the British Paralympic Association.
Right.
BPA was set up 3 years ago, and we are spearheading elite disabled sport into the Paralympics, World Games, etc.
Right.
And what we want you to do, if you can, is to produce a 60-second information commercial, spearheading and informing everybody of what it's all about.
Right, so it's not working towards an actual event, it's more an information.
It is working toward 1992 Paralympics, which follows on the Olympic Games in Barcelona.
Right, okay, and sorry, your name was?
Adrian Whiteson.
Adrian.
Yeah, hi.
You're not going to disappear.
No, I'm going to stay with you.
I might need you to say all that again in a moment. I'm a bit shell-shocked. And we're starting from scratch.
Absolutely. Don't know anything about it, it's up to you now.
Right, have you ever made a television commercial before?
No, the clue.
You've got your 90 on! You don't know any big advertising companies or anything around here? You don't know any big advertising agencies around here, do you? You don't know any big advertising agencies or anything? You don't know any, literally across here? These good ones. Oh, right. Now look, there's a flag, it says Lintas. Hi. Hello. I wonder if you can help us. We've been suddenly told we've got to make a 60-second commercial.
Oh, really?
For Thursday night. We've got a slot on ITV. And we wondered if there was anyone here who could help us.
Is this still on ITV?
It's the British Parallel Olympics, if you like, British Paralympics. It's for all disabled.
Well, no, it's just that I've got Annika writing reception doing Challenge Annika.
This time.
And they need to make a commercial by Thursday. Yeah? Okay, fine. Yeah.
Hello, reception. Can I
All right,
help
I'll
you?
give Horry a call.
Horry.
All right, bye.
I think
not sure where
Horry's
he
your
is at the
man.
moment.
Right.
Right.
Part in the
Okay
slalom
then,
race.
bye.
It was brilliant. Incredible.
This isn't fair. Sarah, do you know where Horry is?
Go get him.
Horry! Hello! Horry, you are famous, incredibly famous now, because everyone's been talking about you for the last 10 minutes.
Yes.
We've got to make a television commercial, which goes
No,
out...
we do make the odd one.
I know, but whereas you might have a few weeks to put it together, we've got to get it done by Thursday
Hi,
night.
Mike Pemberton in reception for you.
What's it
What do you
for?
reckon?
Yeah.
It's for the...
Thursday night?
Yes, it's on behalf of the British Paralympic Association. This chap, Adrian.
Hello, reception.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Horry.
Adrian Whiteson. I'm
Nice to see
the
you.
President of BPA.
Right, nice to meet you.
And the
Olympics, if you like, are taking place in 1992, and
Right.
this is really an awareness commercial that you
Yes,
want to put out
very much
to
so.
alert people to the fact that
This is
this is
right.
taking place.
Thursday. Well, blimey. I suppose all we can say we'll have a.
You can't
We'll
not
have a
do
go.
it, can you,
We'll have a.
Mario?
We'll have a go.
I mean, I don't know where to start. I just
Right.
wanted to
Okay. Well,
script,
look. The best thing to do is Thursday night.
Thursday night.
That means we've got a right.
Oops.
What's this? One of your practical jokes, sorry.
A writer and an art director. They work as a team together. Wake up. Oh, real? Simon Green.
Simon, very nice to see you.
Think we can do it?
Now until Thursday.
We've got now Dean and Green. We've got John and Simon are going to do the work. We've got to get a director. That's what we've got to get.
Take a brief first, I think.
I think we've got an awful lot to do.
The object is not only to make sure that the elite sportsmen and women of this country who are disabled get the best chance, but also to encourage the less fortunate, the disabled throughout the country, to try and do as much as they can to achieve. These people are sportsmen and women primarily. They're not disabled. If you ever watch a tournament involving disabled people, for the first few seconds you may think about the disability, but subsequently you are aware of their abilities.
We have to now. Really, we've got so little time. If we're going to film this thing, we're talking about shooting tomorrow, aren't we?
We've got to feature the athletes.
We need to get hold of Olympic class athletes for tomorrow. Well, the briefing in there is going to take some time. I've now got my list of things I've got to do. We've got to find a stadium. We've got to find athletes. I've got to ring the ITVA, whatever that is. But one of the most pressing problems is to find the production company that can actually film this commercial and put it all together. And we need to find a really strong director and a really good team. So I've got to find the best. So sorry, guys, that rules out you lot. Let's get going.
Thanks, Annie.
Hello, Paul, was it?
Yeah.
Paul, it's Annika Rice here from the Challenge programme on the BBC.
Oh, hello.
We have got a challenge whereby we've got to make a television commercial by Thursday night for a Thursday night screening on ITV.
Thursday when?
This week.
This week.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'm at Still Price in Court at the moment.
Yeah.
And they volunteered you for this job.
Oh, nice of them.
Nice of them. That's what I thought you'd say.
It's 179 medals at the last Olympics. I mean, that's incredible.
Now, the other thing they suggested here was a chap called David Garforth,
Right.
director.
Right, over to you on the creative work. How long do you need?
A couple of days, right? We've got a couple of hours, haven't we? Well, we better get to it, eh?
Hello, Crystal Palace. Now, who could I talk to about hiring your stadium? This number I'm dialing now is a chap called Chris Hallam, who apparently is a wheelchair racer. This is a girl called Diane Barr, who's an amputee, and a world-class swimmer. Hello, I wonder if I could talk to someone about the implications of making a commercial for a charitable organisation. Apparently the ITVA is a sort of governing body that monitors all the commercials that are made.
We should define what the blind runner. Yeah, because you sort of want to do different.
Because you won't want an amputee next to another amputee.
Hi. The famous Stuart at work. How are you getting on?
We've got a couple of things.
It's combining the grit and determination and the power.
Yes.
There's one idea, which is, because it's the Parallel Olympics, is actually doing every sport in parallel with an
Yes.
able-bodied.
Because if you've got a guy who's running
Yeah.
2 seconds slower than Ben Johnson,
So it's like
It's actually
getting Ben Johnson, and it's a Canadian who's a really good runner, but we can't get. And I know we can't get out of those two. I think we
Just looking at the challenge again, it says Thursday evening at 11:15, ITV will broadcast this commercial. Make sure the commercial is transmitted. So what I'm going to do now is ring our local ITV regional company here in London, which is Thames.
so right, okay, we go from the discus to the swimming.
I presume the charity in question is not paying for this commercial.
No.
Okay, so are you raising the money or am I raising the money?
Put it like this, we're not.
Okay, right. So you'd like what I would call a sponsor?
Yes, please.
Well, we're still going to bounce this off Horry, but the other idea we think is going to work better actually, and also going to be a lot more feasible to do, is sort of all the sort of tensing of the muscles and the faces and bursting out the blocks. And you think they're these able-bodied athletes doing these incredible feats.
Right.
And then it's only towards the end of the film you actually sort of pull back and reveal that they're actually disabled.
What did you get in the way of location?
We've got Crystal Palace, we hope.
Daily Garper, that's all Southampton.
Paul Whelan's lot just need to know as soon as possible what quantities of facilities. We can
I have
only
to talk to Richard and...
With ITVA, they're fine as long as they see every word of the script as it goes along. And they need to, obviously check out the charity, which is something we can do. Anyway.
What are you going to do then? You're going to go and see David now?
Yeah.
We've had a few ideas about music, but it'd be great. We need some to listen to some tapes.
Yeah.
Because we've got a few ideas.
We're not far from Tower Records, are we?
No. Well, there's quite a few in that area of Oxford
Well, yeah,
Street.
any
There's
big
Virgin,
one.
there's HMV up further up the road.
But we're thinking about choral, some sort of choral. But we haven't got a clue.
Okay.
It feels like
music.
we need something with power. Should be British, or something rather than the problem with Beethoven. It's sounding like very Germanic.
Yes. Hi, Manica. How very nice to see you.
All the time. I mean, just like watching that running, you're unaware of actually what their disability is. In fact, you won't know.
It was a matter of showing it without being sensationalistic, isn't it?
Ian? Hi, it's Andy from Paul Whelan's. Hi. What are you doing about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning?
Generally, you'll come across a piece of music, and that's great, but it will need rearranging.
Have you any idea of a composer who might be free to do this? Bearing in mind, we've only got a day and a bit.
Rachel Portman, but I think she's on a film.
Michael Nyman. Howard Blake?
Yes, if you could get him to call me, I'd like to talk to him about it. That'd be fine.
Hi, it's Sarah from Paul Whelan's. Have you got any focus pullers available for tomorrow?
Actually, so
We'll have to think about it.
So you're talking a good famous voice. I mean,
someone like that, Derek
He's got a wonderful
Jacobi.
voice. It's so rich.
Yeah.
So,
He's got that Derek Jacobi, Tom Conti.
is Dushku available tomorrow? We need a sound man.
There's all the other bits as well, which presumably you could be helping us on.
Yeah, fire away.
Good afternoon, Sally.
Oh, hi. Could I talk to someone about getting hold of some camera equipment and video playback? Productive afternoon. It's 6 o'clock now, and we've managed to get hold of a lot of the crew and the equipment we'll need for tomorrow. Dean and Green, the famous duo, they're back in their offices busy creating away. The most pressing problem we have now is the actual athletes to appear in the commercial. We've managed to get hold of a few, but we'll need a whole lot more if the thing's going to work tomorrow. Yeah, we're really looking for 4 wheelchair athletes. Do you know any others I could try? Trouble is, what about Sol? Who else was? I'm sorry, I'm not terribly au fait with. He's on holiday at the moment. Oh, we're not sure what sort of distance we'd want you to do. Good evening again, gentlemen. Our team is beginning to assemble. Can I introduce Diane Barr, who's just flown in from Northern Ireland, and Chris Hallam, both of whom were at Seoul, Diane being a swimmer, and Chris a racer.
Racer, ex-swimmer,
Ex-swimmer.
marathoner,
Chris,
just flown in from South Wales.
But it's a good chance for everyone to get together before we finally make any decisions, and we'd like you to represent the consumers, if you like.
Well,
see if you like the sound.
You are the target audience. So
Target audience, see if you like what
you.
we've come up with so far. Everyone's been working flat out.
The first shot we'll see is a discus thrower, and he's preparing to make his throw, and as he sort of pulls his arm back, you see the muscles sort of becoming taut on his shoulders, and there's a swimmer, female swimmer here, and she's gliding through the water, cutting through stroke after stroke, and then we dissolve again. And there's a high jumper, and he's gathering his thoughts. But over these shots, I'll just give you the voiceover. 3 years ago in Seoul, Great Britain broke 9 world records and brought home 182 medals. Next year in Barcelona, we're going to prove once again that our disabilities don't get in the way of our abilities. And then we dissolve through and we see the end of the shots of the discus thrower. As it leaves his fingers, the camera pulls back, and you see that it's actually in a wheelchair this guy's being thrown the discus.
It sounds good because, first of all, you're seeing the athletes as athletes, and it doesn't say, oh my goodness, they're disabled straight away, and they're not going to achieve this, you know, a higher standard as able body.
But in tone, you feel that you know, we're hitting the right kind of.
Yeah, I mean, the British public actually know very little about disabled sport, and if you can get it over in just a powerful, positive light, then it'll be a first for Britain, as far as I'm concerned.
He's pulling at the oars.
It's great that it...
Yeah, probably.
You have to bear it in mind, and just certainly we will bear it in mind.
Amazing. I was terrified because it's a tremendous concept, and I think it's absolutely right. We've got not disability, we've got ability, we've got people who are sportsmen first and foremost, and that is, and women, of course, and that is tremendous for us. It's going to do a great deal for the BPA.
And Bernard, I don't know where you appeared from. Bernard suddenly appeared at the meeting, chairman of the BPA, but it was very important that you saw our first ideas along with Adrian.
Well, I was quite concerned what it might turn out to be. I'm actually delighted. The concentration on the ability, as Adrian said, is so important. These are top-class athletes by anybody's standards, and it concentrates on the ability and not the disability.
Talk us through the day, how you're going to plan it.
What we plan? We're starting with the high jump, because it takes the least to get, you know, it's one athlete that we got, so we can start with that. Then we're going to go to the, I think the 100 metres.
Right, okay.
But keeping an eye on the swimming pool, because we're going to use available light for that, I think. Then I think we're going to do wheelchair racing and the blind runners.
Here we go, MB cameras, turn over. Go out. Yes!
course.
I'm very tall,
should
so
be
it's
ready at the
natural
same time as the
to
run
do the high jump.
Yeah.
But having an amputation doesn't really affect it. The only thing is limited bending on the leg.
Yeah.
That's it.
So we have a line of people. If you're the camera over there, a line, and I think you have a very long lens.
We've got some good news.
I'm glad you could get here.
Well, you know, it's been music station.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got a
How's it
piece.
Yeah.
Just a couple of problems, really.
Right. Have you got it with you?
Yeah, it's up in the car, so if we can go and hear it.
Is that all right?
Just
Swimming?
first?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's just
fine.
that the track there is in shadow.
Yeah, no problem.
Wrong
No,
set!
straight back in.
All right, okay. So let's go and get swimming out of the
Okay.
way.
Bit of handball.
It's a bit of handball.
Great.
And it's a piece called Zadok the Priest. But it's the build-up.
So this is starting off very gently.
Yeah.
You can imagine the dissolves working at such a lovely pace. And also it has to be fairly quiet for the voice to work over it.
Right, well, the voiceover's just coming to an end. And now, as the chorus comes in, that's where we reveal their disabilities.
We'd like to film you diving in, then we'd like to film you swimming together, and we'd be tracking up and down with you. Then we would like to film you finishing the race. But don't worry about the technical thing that you might not even race together and that one will be ahead of the other and things like that.
We need 59 seconds.
Yeah.
Because we have half a minute silence at the front and end of the commercial. The problem is there isn't a piece that we can lift directly from that track.
Right. Okay. So what you're saying is we've got to start from scratch.
We've got to start from scratch. We're going to need a choir, we're going to need an orchestra, and we're going to need an arranger.
1, 2, 3, go! Thank you, girls!
We've got some very good news to report, and that is that Thames have just rung to say they have found a sponsor for the slot tomorrow night. It's a company called Smith Klein Beecham, who make Lucasade, amongst other things. And Thames have very, very generously agreed to donate the money they'll get for that commercial back to the charity. And in addition, they're going to throw a party so that we can all meet up tomorrow night and actually watch the advertisement go out. The other good news is that Tom Conti has agreed to do the voiceover. That's brilliant news. The bad news is we are a good hour and a half behind schedule now, and at this rate there won't be a film for Tom Conti to voice over in the first place.
Turn over cameras running. 1, 2, 3, go!
There's so much you can get from sport, and I don't understand why people with a disability do not take up sport, because the rewards and the results that you get from it are just amazing. You know, I chose swimming, but there's so many other sports that disabled people do that they can achieve and get medals and show able-bodied people that they are on an equal par to any other Tom, Dick and Harry along the street. You know, it's just brilliant.
That's great.
Turn right on the line.
Turn over downstairs and action.
And you obviously enjoy the competition element of it.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
love
as
it.
any
I
athlete
thrive on
does.
it.
Yeah.
Really. It brings out the aggressive sides in me.
Great, I can't wait to see this.
I think it's something that we've all been waiting for so long, to get some sort of recognition. Yeah.
Well, it's now 12:30. Not only are we already 1.5 hours behind our schedule, but it has started to hail. It's very cold. We've had to temporarily postpone the filming until the weather brightens up a bit. We've still got an awful lot to do, all the field and track events. Things are looking quite serious now.
Hips up.
Okay, Guy, come forward.
Hello, is Howard Blake there?
Speaking.
Oh, Howard, it's Annika Rice here from the BBC.
Oh, hello.
We're making a commercial in a very short period of time. Now, we found a piece of music we want to use for it, but it does need arranging. And you can say no, and I promise you we won't be offended, because I do know you're particularly busy at the moment.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Sorry?
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, it'll definitely be a lot of fun.
That was lovely, fellas. We did that at normal speed.
Orchestra St John's. I thought you said that. It came out rather strangely.
Listen, I wonder if you can help me. It's Annika Rice here from the BBC Challenge programme. Good morning. Now, I've just been talking to Howard Blake. We thought we'd better take a quick trip up to Kensington to go and meet Howard Blake with the sheet music, talk through the problems, talk through the script so far. Yes, hi. Nice to see you. Hello. Hi. Hello.
This is Helen.
Hello, Helen. Very nice. This is John Dean.
What you're talking about here is you want 40 seconds of that till ready type, if you'll excuse it, which is just that sort of, isn't it? Which is really just arpeggios. If we make it so that at 40 seconds, it should come into
right.
Now, you've got me an orchestra that consists of this.
We've got the orchestra that
Yes.
you suggested we called, playing
Right.
at, what's it called? St
John Smith Square.
We haven't got any chorus at all at the moment, and no one's been able to shed much light on that.
That could be a snag.
That could be a slight snag. The night is yet young, and
Yes.
when we do know where 2 or 3 groups are rehearsing tonight, but because
Yeah.
they're mostly amateur groups,
Yeah.
you know, which I didn't realise. I mean, this is all quite new ground for us. We're literally just going to have to turn up.
Hello. Annika, can you actually identify the piece of music that you're going to use?
Yes, it's Handel's. What? Zadok the priest.
I think this is going to be a problem. We have a rule that television advertisements cannot use religious music.
Oh. Can you hang on a second? They're saying that because that is actually a religious piece of music.
It's religious?
Yes. I mean, I don't know enough about them.
I thought it was written for the coronation. The coronation is religious.
Yeah, yes, you've rather caught us there.
Can we use the music but not the words? Because it isn't the words that are making it.
Yeah. What about if we have no words?
No, that's also not allowed. I mean, it sounds ridiculous. It's just that to certain people, these are sacred pieces of music.
I can appreciate that. Howard?
Yes?
It's Annika again.
Hello.
Hi. We've just had a slight hiccup. Do you know this piece of music? This piece of music I have. Have you any thoughts, Howard? Can you save our lives here? Because
Is there any way of tweaking something or doing something along the same lines?
I mean, can you compose something that's similar?
Oh, certainly, yeah.
We'd love you for you to have a go. I mean, do you think you could do it in such a short time? I mean, what can you do?
What did the ITVA say then?
Pull your hair out. Well, apparently, if there's any kind of religious connotation to a piece of music, you can't use it for a commercial. But I can't believe that, you know, that hasn't happened before. I mean, you hear so many chorus numbers.
I don't know. The ITV have their rules and we must abide by them.
They certainly do.
The referee's decision is
But
final.
is there anything else they could pick up? I mean, that just had.
Well, that
I'd always
shows you-
heard that the ITV, you know, that's where you often have last-minute problems.
So if that is looking dangerous, or you know, then tell us, because we will push it as close as we can get it.
Well, it's as much the problem also, in honesty, of having enough time to edit it.
That's the problem, because we've got 11 hours to edit.
In a way, tomorrow's heavier than today.
I came into running in 1982, and 13 months later I went to the European Championships in Bulgaria and managed to pick up 3 golds there, and I've managed to do it in every championship since.
Have you always been blind?
No, I started losing my sight when I was about 12, 13. I mean, it's only in the last year I've got any recognition. You know, recently Reebok has started giving me gear, so they've recognised me.
Right.
So you know, it's a lot. I think it's very valuable getting some sort of recognition in that way, because you know, until you do get some sort of recognition like that, you feel maybe, well, if I can use the word, substandard.
Those kids need heroes. You know, you see a lot of kids, and they disabled kids. They can look at the Ian Rushes of this world, the footballers, or the Seb Coes, or these type of people, and they can sort of have them as heroes, but they can't really identify. But with Chris and Dave and Dean, myself, and numerous other people in this room, they can actually identify with them, and they can say, well, God, if they can do it, I can do it.
Running, speed. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's a wrap.
Thank you very much.
You're frozen, everybody, but the hugest thank you to everyone who's been involved today, because it's been a brilliant day. I think you'll all agree that it's been very cold. So just a huge thank you to everyone, and you're wonderful. Thank you.
It's been great. Unbelievable.
It's now 8 o'clock. The crew here are packing everything up. The film will be rushed off to the labs. We've still got a lot of work, in fact, to do tonight, because we haven't got a choir, so it's off to central London just to find one. There we go, the day's rushes. This should keep someone busy for a while. Thank you so much. There we go.
Right, thank you very much.
Good luck.
You're right,
Thank
good
you.
night. Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Sorry. I haven't come for an audition. Do you mind? I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry about this, but we're looking for something. Yes. We were told you rehearsed till you leave at 9. Is that right? We had seconds to spare. Listen, no, I haven't come to audition. We are after some singers for something we're doing tomorrow afternoon at about 2:30. And we wondered if we could appeal to anybody who thinks they've got any free time around then to take part in a challenge. We're making a television commercial, and it's turning out to be a great film. But we've had real problems with the music, and we have no. We've actually, as it stands at this moment, we actually have no music. We've got the composer Howard Blake writing this very moment some choral music. So could we perhaps have a raise of hands of people who think they might be free? Oh! Can I bring the dog? The dog, yes. The dog, the boyfriend, anybody. Wait, hang on.
So, I mean, I started on the principle of Zadok the priest, and the way I started, we need the thing happening at 40 seconds. So I've written a new theme, which is not religious, which is a different tune, but which is the same thing, which goes something like this. So it starts quietly with just 5.
Good morning. It's been a busy night, I can tell you. Howard's been finalising his broken chords, writing out his parts. The film has now been developed, and we're at the film editors now, going through the next stage, the first stage of editing. This is going to be a very long process today. This normally takes days and days, and we're trying to do it in very few hours. Hi, chaps. Hi, guys. Croissants and coffee. There you go.
There's a lot because it's all high speed and there's 2 cameras. And what we've been doing so far is breaking it down and trying to get it down to, say, 10 minutes of film. So from that we can get it down to 60 seconds. So we've now more or less got a roll that's got our selected pieces on it. We're just trying to get a sort of shape to it. And it's very difficult until you've got a shape to the film to know where to start. And then you start. That's nice, isn't it? No,
do you think it's time to reveal who they are now?
Yes.
Howard.
Yes?
Annika.
Oh, hello.
How are you?
Good morning.
Listen, the idea David has at the moment is for the first 10 to 15 seconds of the commercial just to be held on the athletes' faces.
Howard.
Hello.
Good morning.
I could change the text at 10 seconds or 15 or 20.
Why don't we phone you there at 2 and we'll give you a much better idea?
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much.
Right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Here we are.
Hello.
Got the music.
Got the music.
Racing against the
Right,
clock here.
right.
Left, left, left.
Can I just say quickly, above all the noise, thank you so much to the most enormous choir that's managed to turn up. Thank you so much. That's the London Symphony Chorus and members of the London Philharmonic Choir. Terrific. And of course the orchestra of St John Smith Square. I would like to now introduce you to Howard Blake, and he will now hopefully organise you into something that all fits onto the stage and we can get going. So Howard, over to you.
Shall we start with the, let's say, the tenors coming up? Can we have basses, please?
Thank you so much for coming along.
Can we have contraltos, please?
Hang on, this is... Can you hang on a second? This is David, the director again.
Yes.
Their last shot in the commercial finishes at 55 seconds, right? So you want the big moment at 55 held.
Right. We'd like to go for a take on this. Can you hear me? So, are you ready?
Yes, we're running anyway.
Okay. It's a bit fast, which is on the good side. We ended at 58.
Yeah.
And we actually started a fraction late. So I need and it didn't quite sit down a couple of, and strings on a couple of bars as a Thank you. Yes.
What can we say? It just sounded perfect.
The static leg.
The leg. Well, we
You
can have
know,
a look. I mean, we can have a look at it.
We can put it on and look at it.
Show you in.
And it's quite thrown away, the blind people. But I think it's better to keep it that way than having to say to people, you know, they're blind.
It was the same shot as when you've got the pairing. It's
We got
just slightly before.
10 minutes.
But it's so brilliant.
Yeah.
People, of course, will know it's Tom Conti as soon as they hear the voice.
3 years ago in Seoul, 3 years ago. Three years ago in Seoul, Great Britain broke 18 world records and brought home 182 medals. Next year in Barcelona,
Next right. Push? Oh, push! The film has now been edited. Tom Conti has done the voiceover. And we now have to condense just over a day's work, oh my goodness, into just 2 hours. Because everything we've done on film now has to be transferred to videotape, and the whole editing process started all over again. I know that sounds totally bizarre and very strange. That's the way we work in television, I'm afraid.
What we're trying is that we don't want to end on the fact, we don't want people to say that you're ending on the fact she's got an arm, we want to end on her face.
How many more minutes are you thinking of?
I don't know. 3.
To slow her down, we've got, another 5 minutes.
I think it's worth it. The only thing that worries me is that...
We're a bit behind. We do hope to get there, obviously. So hang there, hang in there. I'm really sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but we have
No,
the
give us a minute. Go on, yes.
ITVA downstairs.
We're going to try and slow it down. No,
speed it down. Do what you did originally before I changed it, which normally works.
Thank you so much for coming. I know you don't usually come out to see a film at 10 o'clock at night for transmission an hour and a quarter later. The two representatives from the ITVA, Tricia Sikorska, who I spoke to earlier, the moment of truth, will they pass the film to be transmitted very shortly. Roll that film.
Three years ago in Seoul, Great Britain broke 18 world records and brought home 182 medals.
Brilliant. No, it's fine. Absolutely fine.
We can show it.
You can show it.
We can show it.
Thank you.
Right.
You're away.
Let's keep going.
Fantastic.
Happy?
You're marvellous.
Excuse me.
I apologise.
Much time. There we go. Off to Thames. Bye. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to watch. 15. This is not funny. Oh God. No, this is a joke.
A lot of petrol. A lot of petrol fast.
This is not. Is this a joke?
I don't know.
Is this a hysterical happy Valentine's April the 1st?
How long have you got?
We can't go. We'll have to get it. I mean, it won't go, will it?
Yeah, have a look at the back.
Have you got any money on you? I mean, this is not a joke, is it? Hi. Could you take us up to Thames Television at Euston in about 2 seconds? 15 minutes. Thank you very much. Okay. Hi, thank you. Hi! BT, where do we take this, the tape? Right. Through here?
Lovely, just in time, thank you.
Stand by 83, please.
We've got time to get this one out, I take it.
Standing by.
After the break, the man who put the...
Q3.
How are we doing? Has it happened yet?
3 years ago, in Seoul, Great Britain broke 18 world records and brought home 182 medals. Next year, in Barcelona, we're going to prove once again that our disabilities don't get in the way of our abilities.
I just want to say the hugest thank you to every one of you in this room for making just the most remarkable piece of television there. Thank you so much, all of you. Well done.
Quite impressed by it, really.
I mean, you can't even see the advert, and I was tingly.
That's the first time I've actually seen something that hasn't patronised us. I'm choked up, mate. I really am. It's brilliant.
Thanks everyone, thanks Thames, and thanks for the sponsors. And boy, are we going to fight hard for those medals, and are we going to fight hard for that money to get you athletes where you belong at the top of the tree, representing Great Britain for the world. Thanks.